All right. Hey, everyone. It's Miss Jess Rawlings. This is week 1 of the Miracle Morning. So if you're watching this video and you don't have this book, you might be in the wrong place. I don't know. Okay? Or if you haven't ordered this book yet. All right. So we today are covering chapters 1 through 3, which 1 and 2 were kind of light, and then 3 was like, holy crap, take notes and let's see what we can make happen. So, and then when we're done talking about these, we are going to set you up for next week's reading. The plan is to be done the Sunday before green carpet, because carpet. And then I go from Florida to Arizona, like 3 days after I get home from Florida. So we have to finish it up by then. So I think I have the schedule down right, so we should be good to go. Okay, so the reason I picked this book for the book club, and actually I picked this book for the book club months ago before adoption. Okay, so some of you had already had the book, and I sucked and couldn't even read books. Okay, so the reason I picked this book is because I went to a realtors investors group, and they asked this multi-million-dollar guy, what's the one book he recommends? And I think everyone expected him to say some kind of real estate book. And he was like, Miracle Morning, do it, live by it, take action, and good luck. Next question. And like, that was it. And I was like, I need this book. So I got the book and I started reading it. And then I thought, holy crap, everyone on the team needs this book, especially for those of us who don't have very good time management. Okay. The 2 people here tonight. Whatever. So I just realized you could buy this as at a block discount. Anyway, okay. So
now you find that
one of my favorite things to read throughout this book are some of the top 1% things, but we'll talk about those in a little bit. Okay, so Jess, I'm just gonna kind of go through what I highlighted for chapter 1, and if I missed anything, you can fill in. Yeah?
Yeah,
okay.
It works.
All right. Sorry, guys. Let me just look here. All right. So, for me, he talks a lot about I'm not a morning person. That is the definition of Amber Homesteader Duluth. That's it right there. Like, that's my big secret. I'm not a morning person. Jess is not. This is why Jess and I room well together. Okay, this is how we get along. Most of you on this call are probably like, I'm not a morning person. I've learned over the years there are a lot of things that I've said that I'm not, that I've been able to learn to be. I was not a network marketer. I was not a party plan salesperson. I was not a salesperson. Okay, there are a lot of things that I have said that I don't do that I now do. So I'm feeling hopeful. He talks about why I can only be your kid.
Yeah.
Mine have ice cream, so they're being quiet. So he talks about why mornings are so important. And this isn't even what stood out to me, but I'm going to cover them anyway for you. And then the next page is where I text Jess and was like, oh my God. Okay, so he's talking about why mornings matter so much. And I wouldn't know because I don't generally partake in mornings. But if I did, you will be more proactive. You'll anticipate problems ahead and head them off at the pass. You'll plan like a pro. You'll have more energy. And I thought, and you'll gain early bird attitude advantages. And I thought, I'm going to have more energy if I have to get up earlier. Probably not. But then I read, you'll avoid night owl disadvantages. Who's night owl on here? Some of you are frozen. So I can't see your hands raising. It's really sad. I'm hoping you can unfreeze in a second. It always freaks me out when people freeze up on my screen. Okay. So, if you're a night owl, this hit you pretty hard, or at least it did me because I messaged Jess and was like, well, crap. All right, so night owl disadvantages. On the other hand, sleeping people tend to be more extravagant, temperamental, impulsive, novelty-seeking, with a higher tendency to explore the unknown. They are more likely to suffer from insomnia, ADHD. They also are more likely to develop addictive behaviors, mental disorder, and antisocial tendencies, even suicide. All the way up until suicide, this was Amber. Like, he could have, like, I legitimately highlighted all of it and then wrote yes with a whole bunch of exclamation points, and then marked some of the stuff that says Amber. Okay. So for me, I realized that a lot of my downfalls happen because I stay up until 1 a.m. and then sleep until who knows when. Okay. Until my kid wakes up. So, sorry, I'm blanking. All right, so it says the hardest part about getting up an hour earlier is the first 5 minutes. That's 100% true. But we'll talk about what it means to get up earlier in a few seconds. But one of the things that I highlighted is, I told you guys I like the top 1% interviews in the book because I like to see what other top 1% people are doing. And one of the tips that hit me really hard is Ray Higdon, who's amazing, by the way. Ray Higdon gave his daily routine. He gave that before bed, he does X, Y, and Z, whatever. The two things in his that really made me say, oh my gosh, I have to do this is the first one, before I go to bed, I set my phone on airplane mode. They say it's a good health practice, and I read my daily affirmations that are located on my phone. To do this, I just wrote them down on flashcards and took a picture. I start my day by reading these on my phone. But then he goes further. So he does all of these steps. He weighs himself. He brushes his teeth. He drinks a lot of water. He has breakfast. And then, and only then, does he hit the gym and do 30 minutes on an exercise bike. And at this point, he unairplanes his phone. And he checks his social media accounts, his email, all while doing exercises on his bike. And he says, I love doing more than one thing at a time. No one should ever check their phone in the morning while not on a treadmill, walking, or on an exercise bike. And I thought, holy crap, I check mine before my feet hit the floor. Okay, I check mine before I'm awake. Okay, that's when most of my messages are missed because I have checked my cell phone and I'm pretty sure I can't even see what you sent me. So that one kind of hit me hard, like, holy crap, that one is also not impossible for me to implement into my day. So that was one of my favorite tips. Like, I highlighted that one and wrote yes with all exclamation points again. And I even folded that page down. I have weird things with my books. You'll see there are different folded pages throughout my books and highlighters. I'm really crazy about reading. So do you have anything else in chapter 1, Jess?
Talked about it's more important than even the time that you start your day, if that's what you start your day with. So, and then he also talks about waking up naturally or your alarm clock. So it's not so much about you have to jump out of bed bright and early. It's a work in progress. And then it's about what you do with your time more so than it is just being up an hour early. That makes it the biggest difference.
I agree. And one of the other things is they do talk about the alarm versus natural waking. I'm going to tell you guys, if you work already, you're not going to have a choice but to set an alarm. I obviously don't work already, but I'm still going to have to set an alarm. My kids are like clockwork with what time they get up. And if I wait for them to get up, that's where I think my mornings are getting the ball dropped immediately.
Yep. That's exactly.
And then I'm immediately breakfast, clothes,
place I'm at.
Yep. Okay. All right. Let's do our chapter 3. Sorry. I have so many folded pages that I'm just making sure that we're okay. Jess, do you want to lead on chapter 2?
Yeah. So the first thing I have is the 5-minute snooze proof wake up strategy. So when you jump into the actual strategy, minute 1 is setting your intentions before bed. And he talks about, when you go to bed the night before, like Christmas morning, big vacations, you're all excited, you can't sleep. Those mornings you jump up where, you know, when you look at the alarm clock, like I only have 6 hours of sleep left, 5 hours of sleep left, you know, you're watching the clock, you wake up and it's like, it's already been 6 hours. So you're already starting off your day in a negative mindset. So I liked how he talks about very first thing is before you go to bed is doing those affirmations and starting your mind right. So you can wake up a little bit easier, and to be more conscious of your mindset the night before. And some of these things we were probably already doing and not really noticing. Like for me, he talked about minute 3 and 4 is, you know, brushing your teeth, getting a big glass of water. I know on days when I'm slacking and I'm like so tired and I want to lay around the house for the first few hours of the day, literally Blake and I are PJs until like 11. When I do finally get up, brush my teeth, wash my face, do that morning routine, it makes my day go so much better once I finally get that done. So for him to say that right off the bat, like just go ahead and do that stuff, it's a no-brainer for me, but it kind of put that in perspective that, okay, I just need to do it before he wakes up.
My life.
So he goes into the 3 phases. In the first phase, again, I've been doing a lot of the reading with Success Principles. So if you guys haven't read that one, I definitely want you guys to check out that one. I'm loving that book right now. Yes, I'm reading 2 books at the same time. Ever in my life.
I never read less than 2 at a time.
I've only ever read 1 complete series of books or 1 set of books, period, start to finish, and they were the 50 Shades of Grey books. So I'm just saying. I've read Eat That Frog, but I've only read like 3/4.
I'm currently reading 3
of it.
3.
So.
But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm proud of myself. Hey, I'm doing 2 personal development books at the same time. So he talks about the first phase, how it's going to be absolutely miserable and unbearable. We all know that. And hitting this, he says the habits of hitting the snooze and not making the most of your day are the same habits that are holding you back from becoming the superstar network marketer you've always known you can be. So dig in and hold strong. It's just like anything else in our business. It's going to take time to adjust to this, but it's worth it to kind of suck it up and deal with it. He also talks about not taking a day off. Like it's so easy to wish a whole week. Or I've gotten through the first 10 days and it went to slack or went to sleep in on the weekends. And he mentions about doing it every single day. You know, don't skip it. Just do it for the full 30 days. Which I think is really, really important, especially with any habit that we're doing. And this book, it's not only just the habits of having a better morning, but it's also just habits in general and being more consistent with your actions in your business. That's kind of what I've been taking out of this book, more so than just the morning routine. And of course, the 3rd phase, he talks about just being so much easier. We all can look forward to doing that.
If I look forward to getting up earlier, you guys should be scared. Just so
I'm scared.
I'm terrified. Go ahead.
So he talks about, again, we're going back to the mindset. From this day forward, this is talking about the taking immediate action and the first step. From this day forward, starting with the next 30 days, keep your alarm set for 60 minutes earlier to start with waking up when you want to. So you're not getting up to rush out the door, you're stressed, you're not getting everything accomplished that you need to do, but you're choosing when to get up. So you have that control first thing in the morning. You're not letting the events of the day dictate it. You're controlling what's going to happen when you first wake up. And then 1%, the interview with Jordan Adler from the author of Beach Money. Read or listen to personal development daily, 20 to 30 minutes. That was a huge aha for me. I know everyone always talks about
What?
Okay. So I know Mark is always talking about personal development. You're always talking about personal development. We always talk about personal development. But just for it to come full circle, someone who wrote Beach Money is still doing it every single day. Like that was just another one that was like kind of a big deal for me.
I specifically say 30 minutes a day.
I know you do. I know you do all the time. We always hear it. I'm just saying, it's that reinforcement.
Okay, half of you aren't listening. It's fine. I don't have much to add to that. I did mark down, I think that everyone should put it on their list of things to do this week, is to go to the tmmbook.com and look up the bedtime affirmations.
Yeah.
That's huge. One of the big things I do before bed is I run through what I'm grateful for, all of my gratitudes, and then what I'm looking to accomplish the next day. But I'm really excited to see what the bedtime affirmations look like. So you guys should definitely hop on there and do that. The full glass of water thing, guys, here's the thing about the morning. I always equate morning to how we do our entire day. Think about a diet. Like, if you wake up in the morning and you eat a super awesome healthy breakfast, we have a 90% chance of eating better the whole day. If we wake up and we run to Chick-fil-A, we're like, F it, our whole day is shot. I mean, well, it's not, because you had Chick-fil-A for breakfast. But
Pretty fabulous day.
bad when you have Chick-fil-A for breakfast. But the rest of your day, you're going to be like, well, I had Chick-fil-A for breakfast, so I'm going to have Chick-fil-A for lunch because it's Chick-fil-A. And then you can go out to eat for dinner. Okay? Maybe not.
You don't want to cook.
I've never done Chick-fil-A
Obviously.
a day, but it's been close. So it's the same thing. Like, if you get up, like, if I have a late start, don't judge me for my Chick-fil-A situation. Some of you are on the same train, okay? I know who you are.
No judging.
Okay, this is a no judgment zone on my Chick-fil-A habits. It's funny because if you guys are friends with Jess on Facebook, then you know Jess is doing the Whole30. And if you know me, you know I barely survived the Whole30. Like, I was willing to sell my child for a block of cheese. No, not even kidding. But anyway, I'm not supposed to talk about cheese right now in front of Jess. But the reason I brought that up is because I think it's funny, because when you do Whole30, they give you phases. Your whole 30 days, and it tells you exactly what day you're going to want to rip people's faces off. Okay, it's day 1 through 30, PS, by the way. But it also gives you, like, this is the day you're going to have headaches, and this is the day you're going to have the cravings, and blah, 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 blah. And it's dead on. And so I loved that this broke it down to the phases as well. Because for me, I'm like, all right, if I can get through 10 days, that's unbearable. But then it gets uncomfortable, and I'm used to being uncomfortable. And then it becomes unstoppable. So I like that it breaks it down to the phases, and lets you know that it's not going to be easy, but that it's doable. And the water thing, you should just be drinking water, just so you know. All the water. All right. I think that covers what I had to. So in case you guys didn't know, your homework this week is to start the Miracle Morning and start your hour early. And we can all be really cranky together, okay? Because the cool thing is that's kind of why we went into Chapter 3. Because Chapter 3 breaks down what your Miracle Morning looks like. And so that way we can actually get started with our Miracle Mornings. If you guys read the top 1%, did you notice how different the men's perspectives are from the women's? I think we only had 1 or 2 women at this point, but it becomes very obvious. You know, I'm reading Six Figure Women right now, The Secret to Six Figure Women, in an adoption book, and thinking through it. I'm actually reading 4 books right now. But that's how my mind works. And she, men never get the question, how do you balance business and family? But we ask women that, because men aren't expected to balance business and family. Men can be all business, but women have to kind of move it in. So I just think it's cool to kind of see how different the perspectives are on what their days look like in the top 1% interviews. I will say, though, that I loved
Todd.
Is it Todd, the one that
Kids to Bed, Family Break?
Yeah, I love his, and I love the one that gets up with his kid, his oldest, and they go to the gym in the morning, and he spends time with his wife before heading back to work. And so I did kind of like that some of the men have business, women's in there, but mostly they don't. Okay, so let's just dig into what a Miracle Morning looks like. So a Miracle Morning is several steps that you get done. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps in the morning. Okay, so you have silence. Silence is the first practice of lifesavers, savers being our Miracle Morning stuff here. And it's a key habit for network marketers. I can tell you right away that this one is going to feel impossible to me because I have music or sound all the time. Most people start the day by checking emails and group volumes on their smartphone, and most people struggle to build their business. It's not a coincidence. So the first step of this is going to be silence. Silence is likely to be deafening for me, but it's going to be fun. So a couple of the things you can do for silence are included here. So it says, it seems like I'm asking you to simply do nothing. Let me clarify. You have a number of choices for how to build your practice of silence. In no particular order, here are a few things to get you started. You can meditate, pray, reflect, do deep breathing, or do your gratitudes. Okay, put it all in silence. I'm actually going to start probably meditation just because that's something we talked about in one of our other book clubs, and I need to get back on track with that. He also gives you some meditation apps, which I highlighted as well. They're on page 27. And then...
Did you already have an app that you were using before? We talked about a few.
We did, and then I removed it because it took a lot of space on my phone. So I was going to try Headspace. I'll tell you what, guys, if we try a couple of these apps or you know of one, I'll start a post in the group and just shout out which app you're using, and let's see what we like for meditation. He does talk about if you're ready for unguided meditation. If you are a meditator, you can. I'm not anywhere near ready for unguided meditation, so that's not anything that I highlighted. The other thing is, the next one is A for affirmations. I kind of loved his jump into affirmations because it was no holds bar that you really don't just get to say, I'm a black diamond, I'm a black diamond, I'm a black diamond, and magically it's going to happen. So one of my favorite things that he says is lying to yourself doesn't work. I'm a millionaire. No, you're not. I have 7% body fat. No, you don't. So just picture me in your head being like, no, you don't. Okay, just picture that. I have achieved all my goals this year. Sorry. Nope, you haven't. Okay. So I kind of like that he jumps into that. He also says that passive language doesn't work. Something like, I'm a money magnet. I'm a money magnet. Money flows to me effortlessly and in abundance. This type of affirmation might make you feel good in the moment, but it gives you a false sense of relief from your financial worries and won't generate any additional income. All right, so what I want to do is I just want to take some time. If you guys haven't already, I'm going to walk you through the 4 steps to create the affirmations to increase sales. And I want you to throw out your first affirmation. It is important that you write your affirmations out. You don't have to do them all right now. We're just going to do one. But Howe recommends that you do affirmations for every single significant area of your life. Health, happiness, relationships, parents, etc. So I think that is important. But let's start with let's just start with the business one. Let's do that because we're all on business stuff here. So let's do that. All right. So step 1, the extraordinary result you're committed to and why. Notice I'm not starting with what do you want. Everyone wants things, but we don't get what we want. We get what we're committed to. You want to be a millionaire? Who cares? Join the non-exclusive club. Oh, wait, you're 100% committed to becoming a millionaire by clarifying and executing the necessary actions until the result is achieved? Okay, well, now we're talking. So start by writing down a specific, extraordinary result or income, one that challenges you and would significantly improve your life, one that you are willing to commit to creating. Okay, so start with, I am committed to something with your business, okay? And then explain briefly why. So his examples are this. I'm committed to doubling my income in the next 12 months from X dollars to X dollars so that I can provide financial security for my family. Okay, so for me, that's actually my goal. So that essentially is my first affirmation. I'm just not going to fill in the dollar bills for you guys. Sorry, but you can fill them in yourself. So I'm committed to, okay, doubling my income in the next 12 months from this to this so I can provide financial security for my family. Or I'm 100% committed to losing X number of pounds and weighing X by X so that I have more energy to set an example of health and fitness for my kids. The thing is, you see how in the two examples he gave a deadline for weight loss, and in the next 12 months I'm going to, he's still using SMART goals, guys. He's still using your specific goal, your time limit, all of the things that come out of the SMART goals. All right. Step 2, the necessary actions you are committed to taking. When writing an affirmation that merely affirms what you want without affirming what you are committed to doing. So, action. Clarify the specific action, activity, or habit that is required to achieve the ideal outcome. And clearly state when and how often you will execute the necessary action. Okay? So, if you're doubling your income, an example would be that I double my income. I'm committed to doubling my daily prospecting calls from 20 to 40 from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., no matter what. Write in your guarantee. Some of you are writing and some of you are looking at me. And now those people are writing. Okay. So write down those action steps. So does anyone have, okay, I might regret doing this. Does anyone have a business goal that they're setting or their affirmation, but they're just not sure of the steps that have to be taken to make it happen? If you have a goal and you do not know the action steps, you can drop a message to the group chat, and I can, Jess and I can bounce ideas around to help you find the right steps to achieve that goal. Here's the thing, guys. Most of you already probably know the steps that you have to do. You're just not doing them. And I'll be honest with you, if I was doing all the steps I need to do, I'd be Black Diamond right now. So I feel you. So you're not alone. We probably know what we have to do, but we really have to put it down into words, and we have to see it constantly. Okay, so, but if there's someone who has a goal, you are welcome to private chat the group or just to me, whichever way makes you feel better. Okay. All right. Step 3, recite your affirmations every morning with emotion. Here's your action. Schedule a time each day to read your affirmations in the morning, ideally during your miracle morning. To both program your subconscious and your conscious mind on what is important to you and what you are committed to doing in reality. Okay. Best way to do that is, like he said, write it on a note card, take a picture of it, or write it on note cards and put it everywhere, guys. 99% of the time you want to be doing this during your miracle morning, but if you forget, tuck it in the sun visor of your car. Every time you're at a stoplight, read it. Okay, it only takes a few seconds to read it, but start putting them places. On your refrigerator, on your bedstand, on your mirror when you're brushing your teeth. Okay, start putting it where you can read them to make it a part of your miracle morning. And then one of the other ones I did, and you guys don't have to, but this is something that I did, is where he gives you affirmations to become a top network marketer. I decided that I was going to pick 2, and I was going to add those to my daily affirmations. So actually do it. I know I said you didn't have to do it. Pick 2 of these and write them on note cards and add them to your daily affirmations. Okay?
He has some really good affirmations in there.
Yeah, I almost ended up picking more than 2. Good with words until it comes to affirmations. All right. The next step of lifesavers is V for visualization. And this is where you visualize what things are happening. So one of the things that he talked about that kind of made sense to me is, there's a couple of things. The first one is most network marketers are limited visions of their past results, replaying previous failures and heartbreaks. We so let our past define us when it comes to what we're doing. So it's really important that you're not focusing on past things and limiting your belief in so that's important. So he says, after I've read my affirmations, I sit upright, I close my eyes, and I take a few slow, deep breaths. For the next 5 to 10 minutes, I simply visualize specific actions necessary for my long and short-term goals to become a reality. Do not visualize the results. Many people would this issue, but there are some studies that show visualizing the victory, for example, standing on stage, car at the house, the new team member, etc., can actually diminish your drive because your brain has already experienced the reward on some level. I recommend visualizing as a practice for improving skills or aspects of your life that you are working on. Visualize action, not results. You might picture yourself having fun and light conversations with prospects during morning phone calls. Spend your time imagining the presentation with your prospects. What does that look like? How does it feel as you develop a great relationship? Picture yourself responding to objections with questions. You can really pick anything that is critical action step or skill that may not be performing at your best yet. Envisioning success will prepare you for and almost ensure a successful day. Oh, excuse me. So he talks a little bit about how you can get ready for visualization. You can get ready and you can listen to music, preferably without words. Visualize what you really want. The greatest gift you can give to the people you love is living your life to your fullest, which I think is huge. And forget logic, limits, and being practical. All right. Visualize who you need to be and what you need to do. Okay. I thought this was where I had my favorite quote, but I don't right now. Okay. When you combine reading and your affirmations every morning with daily visualization, you will turbocharge the programming of your subconscious mind for success. So I like that we're always talking about our minds. Visualization there. All right. We're going to breeze over this next part. I mean, we're still going to talk about more of this.
Breeze over the exercise.
Breeze over the exercise. Okay. So, exercise should be a staple of your miracle morning, even if it's just a few minutes. I, for one, am putting it in with the unairplaning my phone. Like, that to me was like...
That was pretty awesome.
That was like gospel. I was like, okay, great. So mine's going to be outside in my cul-de-sac, doing laps, checking my stuff, and getting some exercise in. This will not replace weight training stuff that I'm doing. It's going to be like he says, where it's like 10 to 15 minutes of just moving. Exercise should be a staple. Even a few minutes will significantly increase or enhance your health, improve your self-confidence, emotional well-being. And this is where it says, it doesn't need to replace an afternoon or evening regimen if you already have one. However, the benefits from adding a little as 5 minutes of morning exercise are undeniable, including improved blood pressure, blood sugar levels, increased ability things like heart disease, osteoporosis, cancer, and diabetes. You can go for a walk, run, or hit the gym. Throw on a P90X or Insanity, watch a yoga video on YouTube, or find a Lifesavers buddy to play some early morning racquetball. As a network marketer, you are on the go. You need an endless reserve of energy to capitalize on all the opportunities coming your way, and daily morning exercise practice is going to provide that. Clearly, I'm not getting enough sleep. All right.
That 7-minute workout app seems pretty cool.
I was going to say, oh yeah, that's on page 40. They do have a 7-minute workout that gives you full body workouts in 7 minutes. So
10 minutes on the treadmill in my bedroom while Blake is asleep, and then a 7-minute body workout.
I could do that. That's a good idea. These are good ideas.
Before I even leave my room.
I mean, I have to go to the basement, but that was one of the things that he talked about as part of the morning routine was getting dressed into your workout clothes or showering. Yeah. So probably staying in my pajamas all morning is probably not a miracle morning. So that's another thing I'll be changing. Because right now, my son was in his pajamas until, no, my daughter was in pajamas until 4. Yeah. Okay. R is for reading. R is also for Amber's favorite part of the Miracle Morning. If you guys watch my videos, I already talked about how if you're not a big reader, that's a bad decision. So he gives you a list of some really awesome books, by the way. If you can't read more than one, that's fine. But it is really cool. He gives you some massive books. Okay, so here's some of my favorite things. I recommend making a commitment to read a minimum of 10 pages per day. Although 5 is okay to start with if you read slowly or don't enjoy reading yet. 10 pages does not seem like much, but let's do the math. Reading 10 pages a day gives you 3,650 pages a year. That stacks up to approximately 18 200-page personal development books or self-improvement books. All with 10 to 15 minutes of reading or 15 minutes of reading more slowly. That's it, guys. You can read 18 books this year by just committing to 10 pages a day. Okay, you guys read, some of you are like, oh my God, 55 pages this week. I mean, I felt the same way, but I was in New York. That's less than 10 a day. And that's actually what Jess told me, I think.
Yeah. I did the math.
Okay.
I'm agreeing.
She's agreeing. It's terrifying. So here was my favorite quote of the entire 3 chapters. But I'm a huge nerd and I like to read. And if you know me, you know I have like 63 unread books on my shelf because every time I go somewhere, I have to buy a new book. Okay. Reading 10 pages per day is not going to break you, but it will sure make you. That is my favorite, and I will tell you why. Because the number one thing that I recommend to everyone every single day, how did you get where you are? It's personal development. And so Jace needs a Band-Aid? We'll tell Jace to ask Daddy for a Band-Aid. Did you hurt Jace? Okay. I mean, if he needs a Band-Aid, there's a good reason, and she probably hit him. So I'm going to read it again because I liked it. Reading 10 pages per day is not going to break you, but it will sure make you. Okay, so 10 pages a day, guys. Really not going to be a deal. And here's my favorite for Jess because she said she doesn't finish books. He said, books
I
don't
was just reading that part too right now.
Books don't have to be read cover to cover, nor do they have to be finished. Remember that this is your reading time. Be sure that you use the table of contents to make sure that you are reading the parts that you care about most, and don't hesitate to put it down and move to another book if you aren't enjoying it. I don't finish every single book either, but I get what I need from it, and then I move on. Okay? Why waste time reading stuff that doesn't really matter? Okay, so I think that was really, really, really huge. Many Miracle Morning practitioners use their reading time to catch up with their religious texts. That's something that's on my plate because I've gotten behind on purpose-driven life. Just shoot me. Oh, I'm not catching up, but I'm gonna add to my Miracle Morning. The process of marking books allows you to read and come back to anything. This is what most of my business books look like. It's thickness. But what I like is he says that you can always come back and then go through it and not have to reread it all. And that's So he also says rereading good personal development book is an underutilized yet very effective strategy, which I thought was pretty awesome because I've never reread a business book. I should. I just heard a really loud crash outside of my office and then a really quiet oop.
Awesome. Meanwhile, my kid is loading up his truck right next to everything he owns.
He just locked me in my office, which tells me that something good did not happen out there.
It's okay.
Last part of your lifesavers is scribing. S is for scribing. I write in a journal for 5 to 10 minutes a day during Miracle Morning, during my reading time, and then an additional period of contemplation. I like that he talks a little bit about what kind of things you can do. So you can gain clarity, capture ideas, and review lessons. But then it gives you effective journaling techniques that I'm not going to dig into, but
I needed this section.
I love journaling, so I have 5,000 journals, but choose a format, digital or physical, get a journal. You can see right from these, like the 5-minute journal, the bullet journal, the morning journal. I just got one from, I don't have enough. I just got one from it was an adoption auction that an adopted family was doing. And it's technically a prayer journal. What I like is the 5-minute journal he talked about is actually a lot like this one. So this one has praises or gratitudes, confessions, answered prayers, requests, and scriptures. So it covers everything day to day. So you can find things on Etsy. You can buy just a regular notebook. My regular notebook. I have a couple of different ones. This is from the team. This one is my regular journaling. And I also do scripture copying, where I rewrite different parts of the scriptures so that I can buy one for that too. And they all sit in my desk, in my drawer, and they'll all be a part of my okay, so last thing to talk about, he talks about customizing the Miracle Morning and what it looks like. So, here's an example of a fairly common 60-minute Miracle Morning. Silence for 10 minutes, affirmations for 10 minutes, visualization for 5 minutes, exercise for 10, reading for 20, and scribing for 5. But here's the
Sorry. He's trying to put everything into the truck.
Okay, now it's quiet. As soon as I get to the mute button, he gets quiet. Okay, so what I like is that you can change all of this. Like for me getting started, it's probably going to be 5 minutes of silence. It's probably going to be 5 minutes of affirmations. 5 minutes of visualizations. I'm probably going to tack on the extra 10 minutes to my exercise. And reading for 20 and scribing for 5. So the next part of your homework is tonight, preferably, and I know we have the family call coming up, tonight preferably is to lay out what your Miracle Morning timelines look like. Which parts are you plugging in for how long? And I'll make a post in the group for you to either screenshot it, take a picture of it, or just post it. But I want to know what you're doing, okay? So this week we are setting up our 60 minutes. We are getting up an hour earlier than usual. And we're plugging in this stuff here. If your biggest concern is finding the time, don't worry, he has you covered. He talks about how you can break it all down into 1-minute increments. But the idea is to start plugging it in an hour a day. So I think we should start there. Oh, it's Justin. He's the one that I really liked because he talked a lot about how he plugs in his family time. So I thought that was cool. Okay, does anyone have any questions, thoughts, any praise for the book? Yes, Jan said she's always visualized the end result, so visualizing the work needing to be done is huge. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Sometimes visualizing the end result might be what's holding us back, and we had no idea. So, does anyone have any thoughts, questions, concerns, ideas? We have family call in 10 minutes. I just heard we're doubling stuff. You guys probably shouldn't miss it. Anyone? Okay, sweet. All right, so for next week, we are doing chapters 4 and 5. 4 and 5.
So do the affirmations. Are we posting?
I'll do, if anyone wants to share their affirmations, they can. I'll make a post. Let me make a note here. We're doing a post for affirmations. We're going to do a post for apps.
Krista.
Krista, if you're being a smart ass right now, you are. Krista, yeah, it's called Catch the Recording. And that's on record for you. Post for app for meditation and post for your schedule. All right. And don't forget to go to the bedtime, the tmmbook.com for the bedtime affirmations. Post customizing. I don't know what that question means. I guess you mean you want to see the breakdown of timings? Yes, I can do that.
So I logged into the.
I was like, someone's already on the company call.
Yeah, I jumped it on my phone.
I said chapters 4 through 6, didn't I? I meant chapters.
You said 4 and 5.
Okay, good. I was like, because I didn't mean 4 through 6. I meant 4 and 5 because it's a good chunk of reading. Okay, yes, perfect. You are welcome. You don't have a name on here. You're just iPhone. So you're welcome, iPhone, which was physically painful for me today. So, all right, guys, I will see you next week. As far as I know, we will plan to do 9 on Sunday. Yes, Jess?
That works.
All right, awesome.